Hey there, hunting family. This is the Arrow Eagle, your road trip companion and host of Tracks and Tackle. Welcome to the second part of our journey back from hunting camp, where we're diving into an array of random yet captivating topics that kept us entertained on the open road. In this episode, we'll be sharing more about our thoughts on ASMR, dropping some wisdom about the art of growing where you're planted, and revealing why peanut butter is an unsung hero of road trip snacks. But that's not all. Join us as we spill the secrets of how to expertly pack your cooler for those cross-country drives, reminisce about catching some Z's in the deer stand, or not, and, of course, engage in some spirited discussions about the world of Westerns. So buckle up as we continue our journey into candid conversations and delightful tangents. It's all about the journey after all, and the moments we make. Let's hit the gas on part 2 of our Drive Home Diaries with Tracks and Tackle. What do you say? Like, if you have 4 shells to a clip, 1 in the chamber, it's 5 shells per round. You know, we probably each went through 2 clips, trying to hit these deer on the run.
And
so, from somebody that was in another part of the property, from going from hearing like 1 or 2 shots all day to hearing, 10 to 12 shots at a minimum, they thought they were interested. People were coming to check out what was going on. So, and this is the stuff this is how legends truly are made, because even when you tell them what happened, they don't believe you're telling them the whole story.
Yep. But it could be too that it was up towards Lon's stand, and Lon's known for being a sure shot. So, what the hell? This guy took 20 shots.
Yeah.
It must be a big one.
Yeah, he usually hunts that quadrant, and he doesn't miss very often. Ever, if you ask him, he'll tell you he doesn't miss. But he is a pretty good shot.
Mighty hunter.
Yeah, great hunter. In the famous words of Robert Redford. Great hunter.
Finally getting some cell service here.
Got to catch up on everything. Look up Hunt Wars. I think you spell it with a Z.
I think that's the hunt that you sent to me.
Yeah. I don't know who does that. Maybe it's a TV production company, or if it's some outfit somewhere, and they make a TV program.
Hunt Wars is a first-of-kind hunting TV show where the everyday hunter has a chance to be on a premium, once-in-a-lifetime hunt to showcase their abilities.
So it's not a contest.
No, I think, it's just more so about getting
an opportunity to do like a paid hunt.
Yeah.
Well, then what's the war part?
I don't know. Maybe the war is just to get your application accepted. Yeah,
it's you against the element. I don't know, but I like that concept of the game's a sport enough. Like, I know some people say like hunting's not a sport. People that don't understand it, but we certainly do it for leisure. It is something that we do. I do for fun. It is a hobby, but there is a necessity to it too. Harvesting your own animal and processing the meat, feeding your family, filling the freezer, like, that's more than sport.
You were in the middle of story time, but I got a text saying, "We saw Hammer."
Who?
From Mom.
She did not see Hammer.
So, he might still be on the mountain, which is a good sign.
Well, going through the trail cameras, and we'll share some of these pics in the upcoming days, but there's a nice buck move that we got on camera. And I saw him and I said, "There's a hammer." And so that's the affectionate name we're going to stick with for him. And he may be a target shooter this year. We'll see.
I'd shoot him, that's for sure.
And your mom likes to play gags too, so I don't know if I can 100% trust that if she says she saw him, if she really did. She might be pulling our leg.
But that's promising if they did see him. So I got confirmation here.
What's
If
that?
It wasn't Hammer, he has a big brother, crossed in front of us and was headed up to you guys.
Well, if we would have hung out at camp a little bit longer, maybe we'd have seen him.
Maybe.
Shame on me for not seeing him. I was covering the left side of the road driving down the hill. And if Hammer had a big brother, it wouldn't...
Hopefully he went by one of our trail cameras that are working now.
Yeah, it wouldn't disappoint me one bit. I know the neighbor's property, man. They've got good sign on it. You just got to be willing to walk where most people aren't willing to go.
Yeah, I think that goes for a lot of things. Because, yeah, if you look at certain patches of woods and, you know, it's thick, you don't want to walk through it, but for wildlife, it's a lot of cover.
They know where they're safe, right? So, like, deer are sketchy, and they're just going to go to where humans aren't. And so, if you want that big trophy deer, you got to be willing to put the miles on your shoes and go to where the deer are and the people aren't.
Yeah, I know I need to get back into my fitness journey a little bit, especially getting up in that mountain, and just overall my knees were aching a little bit today.
Well, this mountain's a good training place to get your legs and the leg muscles all strengthened and conditioned. I just know as you get older, you can't do what you used to. Even though my mind says I can, my physical body, my heartbeat, that says slow down, take a break. This weekend was really nice though, because I just wanted to sitting at the desk looking at the computer all the time, man.
It's a good break.
My eyes are starting to hurt.
I'm sure you're probably the same for me, like you're always on the computer, or you're always on your phone.
Yeah, that ASMR, man, that's weird.
Some of it's like people eating, some of it's I don't know, different noises.
People are strange. I mean, I've listened, I've checked it out, looked into it, what is this about? But I can't sit and listen to someone crunching chips or popping bubble wrap for more than 30 seconds with thinking this is something weird about this. I can't put my finger on it. I got better things to do. Some people, I guess it's the anxiety with build up tension within them. It relaxes them or puts their mind on something other than, I don't even know the science behind it. We should look into that, how that even started. But
couldn't tell you, man. But hey, we're not judging. If you guys like bumpy roads down a rocky dirt road, with the windows down, we're your podcast that can deliver on that.
Yeah, ambient noise in the background. Us driving down the mountain. They got the Bob Ross air freshener here in the car next to us.
You can see that, but you can't see the hammer going through the woods on your left.
He's got a little paintbrush in his hand, and he's dangling from the window. This is the cool thing about when you're recording, but not from the studio. In our studio, usually is the outdoors. So you might hear some birds chirping in the background, or squirrels running through the forest or the trees. But we're on the road right now, and you see all sorts of things driving down the road. We're just gonna put a little tree right here.
Where's that?
That's what Bob Ross was on his, teaching people how to paint. You ever see him?
Yeah.
We're going to put a happy little tree right here.
I thought you were saying they planted a tree around here somewhere.
Oh, man. I don't know if I ever told you this, but we do a lot of work. I'll travel down into the city, and you see all sorts of things driving down the road. We're just going to put a happy little tree right here. I thought you were saying they planted a tree around here somewhere. Oh, man. I don't know if I ever told you this, but we do a lot of work. I'll travel down into the city, and on the main highway, like going into the city, and I'm sure it's like this in every city that you go to, but like if you look here, we're sitting at a red light in a major intersection of some different highways, but right off the roads, it's not like they mow the grass really well.
Mm-mm.
But you head into the city, you got like that one tree that's right off the main interstate, and it's like trying to grow, it's trying to thrive, it's outgrowing all the weeds and the trash and everything else. But I'm thinking, like, if I were a tree,
Here I would be.
I compare myself to this tree that's trying to survive in the concrete jungle versus the tree out in the mountain where I like to hunt. I would much rather be a tree in the mountain versus a city tree. I feel bad for that tree.
The poor tree.
But it's doing what it has to. You don't choose your lot in life. It's like
Right.
you don't get to choose your family or where you were born and that sort of stuff. So it doesn't get to choose where it was planted.
A lonesome bird was flying over there, and that's where he decided to plant a seed.
That's right. Yeah.
I didn't choose this life. This life chose me.
Well, the lesson to be learned is grow where you're planted. Don't allow circumstances to prevent you from thriving.
Yeah, they like to say that the grass is always greener on the other side, but the grass is actually greener where you water it.
That's right. Okay, we're mobile again.
On the road again. We messed up. We should put the snack cooler behind us.
Do I need to pull over before I start going 70 mile an hour down the road?
No, I'll get it whenever we get the sour cream.
Get some snacks. You're talking about living like alone and surviving. If you dropped me in the woods, one of the luxuries of life is peanut butter crackers. Cheese crackers are okay. I don't know what the logbook says, but
I'll be honest, I really like the cream cheese and chives crackers.
do you?
They're a little different, but I think maybe it's like a seasonal thing. Like maybe I like those more in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, peanut butter, you towards the fall and winter, you get towards your desserts.
Want to get a little protein. So peanut butter's the trick. You can travel anywhere. Just take some peanut butter with you. Because if you're in a pinch and you don't like the cuisine or
It's
whatever.
packed with nutrients too.
Yeah.
Everything loves peanut butter.
Birds like peanut butter. Deer like peanut butter.
Mice like peanut butter.
Fish eat peanut butter.
Really?
Yeah. Just like they like cheese. Just like they like bread balls, corn, worms.
I'm gonna try dipping my bait in peanut butter next time.
Yeah, roll it in peanut butter.
Peanut butter worm.
They'll eat a gummy worm.
Police are out.
Johnny Law sitting out along the highway to serve and protect. I want to thank all of our men and women out there who are in
safe.
public service, keeping us safe. Thank you for what you do. I just don't like the audio on this thing like I do on the computer.
Yeah, it's a little bit cleaner, but compared to, we're on the road to, be productive while we're doing this. I feel like you got a good setup here.
It's something they don't catch if we drop any gems.
Right.
It's like Lon starts telling stories around the picnic table. We're like, man, we should be recording that.
Turn it on.
Get the microphone out. The alternative is, we pump music in here. Like usually we're jamming out to some rock and roll or sweet, soothing sounds of country western.
We won't have to worry about clipping in the intro. We can just play some tunes. Hope we don't get demonetized.
Yeah. So in your days off that you took, and so did you are those based on when you can get off? Are those based on the moon cycle? Did you look into that?
Yeah, it's close around the Hunter's Moon. It's the week after that, the rut really glows up. So, took off 3 days then, and then 2 days the following week, just to make sure I don't miss that window.
Well, you got some Sunday hunting in November too.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that. I'm not too familiar with the Sunday hunts.
I have them on my calendar, but I'm driving. But right here's the answers. If you want to look it up,
Okay.
or I guess you could Google it.
Right. Googly boogly.
I think it's the 12th, 19th, 26th. 3 consecutive Sundays. One of them's archery, the last week of archery. One of them's the first week of rifle. It slept pretty good up there, but I would wake up several times through the night, but I was able to fall back asleep.
I'm always a light sleeper. I was surprised, evidently I was snoring. So I guess I was sleeping good during the window.
Mattress is a little too soft for me.
Yeah.
I'm used to sleeping on the couch or that mattress you were on this weekend.
You were on Paps.
Huh?
You were on Paps.
Yeah.
That's probably why it's stiff. That's what he grew up on.
And his mattress is real soft. And I think that used to be Brad's mattress. And it was taken up there. Pap acquired it because it was probably the best shape of all of them. I want to go home and tend the garden. I wonder how many people are interested in pictures of the vegetables we're growing.
Right.
Sounds like your folks got some good corn. The corn's didn't do too good.
I don't know. Clyde was picking, so we'll be curious how much is there when we get back and how well it's picked. And
Is this normally the time of year you pick your corn, your sweet corn?
I don't eat too much corn, so I don't get excited about picking it like other people do. I've grown with potatoes. Picking those used to be such a pain, but you know, I eat a lot of potatoes.
My potato plants were starting to look malnourished, so I just harvested them that last week. And it's probably a little early, I guess, but I know they had plenty of water, but they just were starting to wilt.
Right.
But I got a pretty good yield for what I planted. But it is a pain because you got to dig them up.
Yep. But yeah, the backward, but it's not too bad because plant knocks over and there's 6 big potatoes on. You got the smaller ones, but picking them up isn't too bad because they're bigger. It's not a bunch of little ones.
Yeah, you want the big ones that are like the size of a fist. What's like hard for me is you take like the spade or your shovel into the dirt and you find a potato.
You don't want to cut it.
And you slice it, and it's like, oh man, I just cut that guy. I got some carrots growing this year. Those underground vegetables
Is this your first year growing?
Yeah, but like the root vegetables, the ones that grow underground, like they get big.
Huh.
Got your deer license?
I do. I don't know. Do you know when the third drawing is? I got my bear license too.
Did you?
I did. I got buddies that like to hunt it, so I was like, I'll give it a shot.
What is it for resident? Like $10?
Basically, yeah. Long recurve compounds, minimum draw weight of 35 pounds. That's not very much.
It's a minimum. And no, it's not very much.
So I got our answer here. Round 3 is Monday, August 14th. That's coming up.
2 weeks.
Yep. And I also learned here that apparently in Pennsylvania, on the left coast of it, out towards Pittsburgh, they have different antler regulations. It's a 3-up rule. I did not know that. I just always assumed in Pennsylvania you had that 3 on one side, not 3.
Depends on where you're at. It's also different in the lower southeast, isn't it? The Philadelphia area?
Nope, not out there. Just on the east, I guess the west.
So, antler restrictions for most of the state is 3 on one side, right?
Yep.
And then in western Pennsylvania, you get out toward the mountainous areas, it's 3 up.
Alright, we might be able to get another doe tag for out here.
As of the printing of that edition, there are plenty.
They had 21,000 tags.
It's that chronic wasting disease, man. They want to kill all the deer off so it doesn't spread. We need to get an expert on CWD and the effects of how it's ravaging the deer population. Have them come on the show. Yeah, man, a little Debbie right now would hit the spot.
I'm right there with you.
Can't get out the back window.
We packed her pretty tight.
I know when we were teenagers, we'd have the cooler in the back. I had a truck which was a solid glass window, and I always wished I had that middle window that opened up, that my co-pilot could get me a drink out of the cooler while we were going to our destination.
That's what you look for in your next purchase.
And so I bought this truck probably 10, 13 years ago. I had this truck for a long time. But I got the window now. But I don't have a use for reaching into the bed of the truck to get an ice cold beverage any longer.
Now, my grandfather taught me when you pack the truck, you always put the cooler on the passenger side. That way, whenever you're stopped or whatnot, that you can tell him to grab you a drink.
Now that's wisdom from those that have gone before us.
Yeah, so now when I pack for cooler, it's always on the passenger side.
And the generator gets packed on the driver's side. You know why?
Why?
Well, especially after you run it, like we ran it this morning, because the exhaust is on that side, and you want it towards a railing, not towards the inside where something's going to rub up against it. Burn.
Normally I just pack it on the right side, but I guess that's when it's cooled down. But it's good to know for when it's hot.
Yeah, there's a reason.
There's a reason behind a lot of things.
A method to the madness of how we operate. Yeah, I think old Trevor's looking for us to pre-order some of these broadheads, test them out, and if we like them, then maybe we do a collab.
Maybe I'll actually check out the website.
I mean, we're not looking to sell anything, so. But I will field test for people. Got no problem being a field tester.
The modern lethal twist.
You checking out the website now?
Yeah. We won't talk about it too much on here. Don't want to promote it yet.
Yeah. I love coming out of these tunnels, like the next one, where you come out and you see the whole valley.
Real open.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's kind of that way here. You get on the other side of the mountain and you see the pass that we just went through, but oh man. Any golf on this weekend?
Any what?
Golf?
I don't know. I'm not a big golf
you don't
watcher.
Watch golf, yeah. You're still, but you're watching baseball.
Yeah, Masters I'll watch towards the end, and
final round for the big majors, huh?
Yeah, Waste Management final round. You know, props to these guys that I like sports. Like football's on, I'm not doing anything. So for these avid golfers to be like, the Masters is on, I'm not doing anything Thursday through Sunday. That's a lot of time out of your day.
I don't understand. I never grew up playing tennis, and I don't even understand exactly how it works. But I got a healthy appreciation for the people that play that game.
Right.
Because you got to be in shape to cover a court, running back and forth like that,
non-stop.
I wish I could do it. So if we go hunting hard and early, throughout October, if we harvest a buck in archery, you basically become cameraman.
That's a great point. Maybe we should hit it hard.
I mean, I did that. I tried to do it with your dad that one year. Whenever I took my buck in archery 3 years ago.
He probably wasn't too fond of that, but now he probably is a little bit more optimistic about it.
A little bit more open to it, but
I think he just doesn't want to let people know he sleeps in a stand. he keeps this image that he's the mighty hunter. And, he has luck more than others, but...
I'll tell you what, I don't sleep in my stand.
You're also a heavy sleeper and you snore.
It's true. That is true. If I did fall asleep, nothing would be coming through. But if you look at any of our videos from past hunting years, you can see when I've spent a couple days at the cabin because I don't sleep in my stand. Like the circles under my eyes are dark. I'm definitely going from sleep deprivation mode whenever I go out on a hunt. All right, so what are the movies that I told you? There's 2 movies that I suggested you look into.
Tombstone is one.
Tombstone is a definite, and I'm down to watch with you if you want to do you know how people go on YouTube and they do like live reveals, like where they listen to music for the first time?
Yeah.
So if you want to do a Tombstone review together, I'm down for that. Because it's better to watch with a buddy.
Well, yeah, like these westerns is what makes cabin trips memorable. We talked about there's always a tad bit or advice or a one-liner that you can pick up from each of them.
A Tombstone was probably early 90s. So it's got Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott.
Does it got CGI?
No.
Have you seen Bone Tomahawk?
No.
That is a good one.
Bone?
That's a newer one.
Tomahawk. Yeah, jet skis.
Red and the blue one, so they were not the same.
I'm on the red one, you're on the blue one. Wave runners. Ain't no water to run those things at 100 miles from here.
There wasn't the drive up.
Yeah, the drive up, man, you could have just parked along the side of the road, probably even through this stretch. It was raining so hard. You had me up way too late on Friday night.
Sorry, we had to check the trail cams.
We got into checking those trail cams and I was up past my bedtime. I looked down at my watch, it's like midnight. And I like to go to bed around 10 o'clock if I can. I wonder what size bear proof that Yeti's up to. They're supposed to be bear proof coolers.
How do they test that? How do they know?
I don't know.
That wraps up another thrilling episode of Tracks and Tackle, a podcast brought to you by Menser Outdoors. We hope you enjoyed this journey into the world of hunting, fishing, and the great outdoors as much as we did. And if you're as passionate about these adventures as we are, be sure to connect with us on our social media pages. You can find us on YouTube and Rumble at Menser Outdoors, Instagram at Menser Outdoors, and you can also find us on Instagram at Tracks and Tackle. If you have any questions, stories, or topics you'd like us to cover in our mailbag segment on future shows, don't hesitate to drop us an email at menseroutdoors@gmail.com. We can't wait to hear from you and share your experiences with our fantastic community. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride. Until next time, stay true to your passion, keep exploring, and remember, every adventure is a chance to create memories that will last a lifetime.